Hi, I'm Mitch Slater, Senior Financial Advisor with UBS Wealth Management and Chief Flick Officer for FinLit. And I'm joined today by Chelsea Crost.
Hi everybody, I'm very happy to be here. I'm Chelsea Crost. At 16 years old, I started my first radio show because I really thought millennials needed a platform to come together, voice their opinion, learn from their peers, and also learn from experts today. And I'm now 22 years old and host and producer of the Chelsea Crost television show, as well as the millennial spokesperson for You by Kotex, and very happy to be here.
Terrific. So Chelsea, who taught you about money?
How did I learn about money? Honestly, when I was in middle school and when I was in high school, every time I walked into the math classroom, I would cringe because numbers are not my thing. And I always knew that numbers weren't my thing. So I excelled in the English and the reading and any project that didn't have to do with math. So all of my money education really came from sitting down with my parents. And it was because I had to learn young. At 16 years old. I was creating a productions company, an LLC, and I needed to educate myself on what that really meant. And I don't think a lot of us take the time to ask questions when we're that young, especially if we don't need to worry about it. And the reality is that we all need to worry about it because it's very evident today that there is so much debt in the world, especially regarding the millennials. So whether you have the opportunity to sit down with your parents and ask them questions, sit down with your aunts and uncles, your grandparents, or seek out the great opportunities like Flynn TV, like Go Girl Finance, like the Susie Orman Show. There's so many great resources available to us today to learn more about finances. And that's what I do.
No, that's great. And that's, you talk about how your parents really helped you. That's really critical because for many people, they don't get that education. And one of the things I've always talked about is how important it is for parents to actually pay their bills in front of their kids. And especially in 2008, when we're in the recession, one of the things I did as a parent of teens at the time was to just let them know what was going on, what had to be cut out.
Right.
Did your parents do anything like that? Did they kind of give you a sense of what some of the upcoming bills were that you're going to have to pay?
When I moved to New York at 17 years old, I first got an apartment, and also my parents took me into Chase Bank and they said, we're going to do this together.
Great.
We're not just going to set up the bank account, we're not going to just give you the debit card. We're going to explain to you what it is to create your own bank account, understand the balancing. You don't really balance a checkbook today, everything's electronic.
Right.
So I was actually having this conversation with my grandma over brunch yesterday, and she was like, it's very important as a woman to always know how to balance your checkbook. And I laughed out loud because it was such a generational difference.
Yes.
Because we could do it on our app,
right,
on the phone, on the Chase app, or whatever bank that you have. So with the times, it's making it so much easier for us who aren't good at numbers to have help. And my parents always did the right thing with exposing it to me at a young age so that I always knew what needed to happen. But until I said to myself, okay, I want to take ownership of my own life, of the money that I'm making, that's when I literally said to myself, I need to understand what finances really means, because it's not something that you learn in school in a textbook.
Right, and that's the problem, that it's not taught in schools.